The source is not soil. Everything, the source is soil.
So say if you have something that's a large monocrop like corn, it's a big one in America, and you wanted to transform the way they're growing corn and make it so that it's sustainable and that you have some sort of regenerative agriculture situation. How would you do that?
See, if you want to grow monocrops, I wouldn't advise that. That's not the best way to do it, but for commercial reasons, you want to do monocropping, all right?
Right.
You're a corn farmer, you don't want to grow anything else. If that is so, you must put back substantial amount of organic content, because even if you take a corn plant which grows almost 6 to 7 feet tall and you're only eating the corn, you don't have animals on the farm largely. If you just… the plant part of it, if you just chop it into pieces and put it back in the soil will be very happy. You got your corn anyway, and
Right.
soil will be very rich.
What do they do with it now?
Right now, they bale it up and sell it to somebody. Some people in some countries, they just burn it, they use it as fuel for, household purposes, or they use it in so many other ways, but it is not going back into the soil.
And they just use commercial fertilizer for…
Yes, that
grow
will
the
last…
plants.
see, that will last for first 10, 20 years maximum. After that, it'll start diminishing because you can't just grow with salts, you need organic content. Because the way the soil mechanics happen is, it's a very complex and sophisticated marketplace. The plants have to capture the carbon from the atmosphere and make it into carbon sugars, and that is the currency with which it can exchange for nutrients with organisms. They won't give it free. So even in our own stomach, today you know that without the gut microbiome, you cannot really digest the food that you eat without their cooperation. Though what is happening in the soil is probably 1,000, 10,000 or 1,000,000 times more complex operation. Who we are right now as a life, we are just a consequence of what's happening in the soil. Even in the evolutionary process, that's how it's happened. That today, what we are right now, over 60% of our body is actually microorganisms, only 40% is our parental genetics. Rest is all microorganisms. So, what we are now is a reflection of what's in the soil. The moment you weaken the soil, life on the planet will start becoming weak. People don't notice this. I know this is a controversial thing to say, but I think you're known for controversy, so what's my problem? So, I'm saying, see, for example, there are certain countries which are suffering this whole coronavirus much more than the other. I don't want to make a absolute statement about this, but one thing is something we must look at is, any doctor, you don't need a top virologist, a simple doctor will tell you, if you lack vitamin A, vitamin B6, B12, D, E, and folate and iron and zinc and magnesium in your system, you will become susceptible to upper respiratory tract infections. This is a known fact.
Yes.
So, what is the deficiency in America? Vitamin E, most Americans are 90% deficient.
D.
Yes.
Yes.
Vitamin A, 43% deficient. Vitamin C, 39% deficient. Like this you can go on. With all these deficiencies,